I've proposed a $4,000 tuition credit every student every year in exchange for some form of community service, whether it's military service, whether it's Peace Corps, whether it's working in a community.
We need to make those student loans available. We need to give them a repayment schedule that they can meet. We need to have full student loan program for in-state tuition, and we certainly need to adjust the student loan eligibility to inflation.
John McCain and Barack Obama weighing in on the rising cost of education for the first time in the 3 debates. They talked about it. So how did students react to the exchange? Well, we have 16-year-old Noah Gray with us. He was with a group of young voters at Hofstra University. He also created a website to get young people to the polls and to document their first time voting, virgin voting. Noah, great to see you this morning.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Someday Noah wants to be a political reporter. Last night you got to pull your first all-nighter, right? Going to the debate and then turning your story for it in the wee hours of the morning. How do you feel today?
I feel tired, but I'm very excited to be here, and I enjoyed the debate last night and covering it.
Now, you put together a piece for us, right? And we're going to see a little bit of that coming up a little bit later. But I wanted to ask you, with the students that you were with last night, a lot of them are going to be facing this very thing. How do they pay how do they pay off those student loans? Did they hear what they wanted to hear from the candidates?
A lot of the students that I spoke with at Hofstra were very satisfied with the domestic issues that they spoke about last night, including education. I mean, I was in a room which they called the no spin zone, which was just the straight feed, no spin, just watching the candidates just speaking, and everybody, as soon as they mentioned education, people would cheer. And I mean, it's because that's what relates to them. They want to hear about how they can get an affordable education.
Exactly. By the way, someone already has a show where they call it the no spin zone, but that's okay. That's neither here nor there. I wanted to ask you about whether or not a lot of people said this was a game changer. It needed to be a game changer. For people that were already supporting, the students that were already supporting Barack Obama or already supporting John McCain, did last night change anything for them?
From the students that I spoke with, I found there were a lot of undecided kids who were basing the last night's debate on which candidate they were going to vote for. A lot of them sort of had a feel as to who they were going to cast their vote for, but those who were undecided tended to say that they would. I would say there was a majority of those who were undecided, and they decided that they had to either do some more research and go on the websites. But a lot of the people who based last night's debate on their final decision, I would have to say, from what I found, was towards Barack Obama.
Okay, and I want to ask you about this as well. You have your T-shirt on right now. This is Never Forget Your First Time.
Never forget your first
I actually
time.
tried it on in the newsroom yesterday. It's a very
right.
I almost felt like I was waiting for concert tickets when I had that thing on. But you want people to document their first time voting and put it on YouTube. You're calling it virgin voting. Tell us a little bit about that.
All right, well, the virgin voting, doing it for the very first time video contest, is make a video 2 minutes or less, documenting the first time voting, whether or not it's at the polls, absentee ballots, early voting, and it'll be judged for creativity, originality, and quality. And details are on my website, but basically the first place prize is a $500 gift card towards the Apple Store. So I mean, it's to young people. Young people are known to register to vote, but are they actually going to go to the polls? And I'm giving them another incentive if they don't already have one.
That's great. And you also put a piece together for us about how things went last night, your first time covering the political debates. And you look great for being up all night. So there you have it.
Well, the makeup artist is really good.
That's one of the little secrets of this, right? All right. Well, we're going to get a chance to see Noah's piece coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. Good job. Thanks for being with us, Noah.